I'm here today at the Westin Princeville Ocean Resort Villas on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. And I'm here today to talk to you about what has to be the worst timeshare perk or discount card I've ever seen when staying at timeshare. Let's talk about it right after this. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. Like I said, I'm here at the Westin Princeville Ocean Resort Villas, and today we're going to be talking about what has to be the worst, maybe the most egregious use of owner funds for an amenity at a timeshare resort. If you're not too familiar with the Westin Princeville, it's on the north shore of Kauai in Princeville, and it's actually somewhat kind of associated through an affiliation with what is the one Hotel Hanalei Bay. That resort actually previously used to be a St. Regis Princeville resort and was at the time associated with Starwood Hotels. St. Regis later became part of Marriott International, the hotel company. So with that, at the time kind of this resort opened, that I understand that owners and guests here had use of certain facilities and amenities at the St. Regis Princeville resort. Sounds great. And I believe that amenity actually cost owners $1.15 million per year. So they're essentially collecting money as part of the annual maintenance fees to the tune of $120 per ownership week, providing that to the hotel for this amenity benefit. Now, earlier this year, owners at this resort actually received an email from the board of directors requesting them to provide a proxy vote to kind of vote on what they think of this amenity, whether they should keep it or they should do away with it. Now, of course, we're here visiting, and we actually received some information on this when we checked in. And here's kind of what this amenity provides, which is essentially kind of a discount card. So let me kind of go over the benefits here. Now, the first one here is green fees and golf cart rental rates at the Makai golf course will be discounted by 15%. So you get a 15% discount with this kind of little discount card. A 30% discount off of all rack room rates at the one hotel, subject to availability. Now, rack rates, those are essentially the undiscounted rates. So chances are you can probably get a rate pretty close to 30% off anyway, just by maybe being a AAA member, AARP, whatever it might be, even just kind of standard discounts that hotels usually provide to fill the rooms. Now, the next one is a 15% discount at the restaurants located within the one hotel. However, it won't be on alcoholic beverages, buffets, or special events. Then we have a 15% discount on the purchase of clothing at the retail, logo, and pro shop. Resort users will be provided with a 15% discount off the rates charged by the Makai tennis courts. So if you want to play some tennis, you can save 15%. Then the last one here, resort users will be provided a 10% discount off of the rate charged to one hotel guests for facials, body wraps, and massages at the one hotel spa. So essentially this amenity that owners are paying $120 per ownership week for, to the tune of a total of $1.15 million, is a glorified discount card. And if you kind of look at those and aggregate all the discounts, an owner or a guest here, in fact, every owner and guest here would essentially have to buy $800 worth of services, food, whatever it might be over at the one hotel. So it seems like quite an astonishing amount of money for what is a limited benefit. Now, there's also some additional rules here that they go over about if you go over to the one hotel. No smoking on property or within 20 feet of all buildings. That kind of makes sense. No coolers, beach chairs, or beach umbrellas allowed in the lobby, pool deck, or public areas. No surfboards are allowed in the lobby or guest rooms, which if you're staying here, why would you have a surfboard in the guest room over there? Only registered one hotel guests are permitted at swimming pools, lounge chairs, and jacuzzis. So that means this amenity, you don't even get access to the pool facilities like you do with many of these kind of hotel timeshare arrangements. We've been to many timeshares where it is co-located with a JW Marriott, a Marriott hotel, a Westin hotel, and those kind of share amenities. If you're staying at the timeshare, you can actually go and use the hotel pools at the adjacent hotel. We have seen this at the Westin Kierland Villas, Marriott's Desert Springs Villas, and even Marriott's Canyon Villas, among several others. So you can't even use the pools over there for this $120 per ownership week. Then we have attire, shirts, and feet covering required in the lobby. No singlets allowed in the lobby and public areas. And parking over at the one hotel, well, it's $55, but it's waived after spending $100 on food or beverage. Ask for validation. So it seems like a pretty ridiculous benefit here that owners are paying essentially $120 for 1.1 million. And it seems like this has actually been going on for quite a few years, because I understand that property originally became a St. Regis back in 2008. Then sometime in 2017 it was purchased by Starwood Capital, and they kind of took the steps then to convert it. And ultimately, kind of somewhere in between there, and by 2023, it reopened as the One Hotel. There was a period of time where it was closed. I don't know if owners were still paying that 1.15 million, but in any case, the last few years, certainly been paying a lot of money for really what is absolutely nothing, at least in my opinion. So I'm kind of curious, are you an owner at Westin Princeville Ocean Resort Villas? Do you agree with this type of amenity benefit and the amount that these owners are paying? I'd love to hear your thoughts all about it down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see another video from here at the Westin Princeville Ocean Resort Villas, it'll be a resort tour. You can check it out right here coming up next. Thanks for watching, and remember, until next time, the best destination is always a timeshare.